Hey everyone, it's Anna, and we are continuing Fall of Porcupine. Last time we celebrated the Hibernation Festival, helped Mia create the winning stew, and we also said farewell to Irma, who gave us one last story. And yeah, here we are just continuing our journey in Porcupine. I hope you enjoy. Finster. Alright, buddy, time to start our day, I guess. Oh, we look a little more awake now. I don't think we need our fan on. It looks freezing cold outside. We're not gonna use our TV? Okay. Oh, we're so cute with our winter gear. Alright, Finster. I don't know what our plan is today. Do we work today? No, we look so sad again. Let's talk to our friend. Wow, looks like someone got out on the wrong side of the bed this morning. What happened? Can I help you? No. Maybe there's something cool on this side we can see. Look at the lake or river or whatever it is, that body of water next to us. Hey, look, it's a little snowbird. Wow! Oh, he's actually here. Maybe we can talk to him. We've never spoke to him. Finley. Hello. You don't look so good. If I didn't know better, I'd say the inner river is bursting its banks. You could say that. How are things with your sister? I told her about your stream of consciousness idea. 2 twigs clinging together to stem the current. We cried for a full hour. Oh, that's a good thing, I hope. It is. Soon the river's student will become its master, right, Finley? You mean me? Not yet, but soon. Perhaps. Wow. Next, I'll teach you how to choose the right camping chair. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Oh, Finley. Alright, let's head over to the other side of town, see what's going on over there. Wait for the bus or walk? Let's walk. Let's see. Maybe a good walk will do us some good. Giuliano, I'm really sorry that Irma was... Nope, I can't do that yet. Oh, let's keep going, buddy. I don't know if we're actually going to work or what we're doing, but I'm gonna head over to St. Ursula's and then go from there. A little coffee shop is closed. What are those things in that pile over there? It's like a vending machine. Alright, St. Ursula's, here we are. The sprinkler finally froze over. Let's go ahead and go inside. You had a death on your ward, right? It's never pretty, that's for sure. But the river of life flows on regardless. Let it carry you. We'll all get swept into the great sea of eternity one day. Morning. Have a nice weekend? Why the gloomy face? Morning, Ingrid. I'm not in a great mood. Is this because of Mrs. de Calma? I'm sorry, kid, really. I like the old lady, too. I was hoping I'd feel better after the weekend. Well, I guess you're just one of those people who feels a lot for others. Just make sure it doesn't become a problem for you. Death's a part of the profession, kid. Try to focus. There's enough living people around here who need your help. I get it, though. They always say that first death really sticks with you. Let's take the elevator. I don't think we're in the mood for going upstairs. Finley, I heard the news this morning. Do you want to talk? Maybe grab a coffee or something? No. I want to get my work done first. Okay. If you want to talk later, just come and find me. Alright. Good morning, Finley. How are you? Alright, I think. A patient died yesterday. Your patient. I imagine Irma's death is still on your mind. Nevertheless, I would ask that you don't let your performance levels drop. We can't let these things affect our work. Got it. You can rely on me. You know the drill. We'll talk again once you're finished treating your patients. Try to make this a good day, Finley, in spite of everything. Good luck. Oh, one more thing. Irma died of complications from pneumonia. She was old. Her immune system just couldn't hold off everything. She remained stable for a while. However, her condition worsened during her stay here. These things happen sometimes. The incident with the water downed in her room probably didn't help either. What I'm trying to say is, you did nothing wrong. I've even made a note to that effect in my report. I assigned you to treat Irma, and that was the right decision. I'm sure of it. Oh, alright, let's see what we have to do for today. Let's go to 301. Oh, he's so cute! Look at his little eyes. Oh. You're Emma, right? Okay. Miss Emma Strawberry Yogurt, right? No, I'm Emma Smith. Oh, right. That's what it says here. I must have read it wrong. How are you feeling, Emma Smith? I miss my home. And I've got tummy ache too. And you did get some pills, didn't you? But it's still not better yet? No. Alright, let's take a closer look to see what's up with your tummy. Okay, so we have 4 correct. One of them is still wrong. Now, what is this last one then? Oh, there we go. We got a B. Could have been better, but these little puzzles confuse me. I think your pain is because of your food allergy. I read that you're not allowed to eat certain things. Is that right? Yes. So are you watching what you eat then? Yeah, but... What is it, Emma? Well, Gerda said that after the hibernation festival, you can eat as many nuts as you want. Is Gerda your mom? No, my mom's name is Mom, and she's away. So who's Gerda then? Gerda Niesdork. I always visit her when I'm homesick. She's a doctor like you. Wait a minute. Do you mean Dr. Neisdorf? Yeah. Can you do me a favor, Emma? Okay. Please don't eat any more nuts. I'm sorry, but your tummy doesn't like nuts, not even after the hibernation festival. Oh. It's mean, I know. But your tummy aches are mean too, aren't they? Yes. So you keep off the nuts, and we'll think of some nice things for you and your tummy to eat, okay? Yeah. Okay. Poor little baby. And we can visit our favorite friend with liver cirrhosis on the other side of this. All right, let's go inside. Oh, let's see what our buddy over here needs. Now, my dear colleague, what's your assessment of your health status? My withdrawal symptoms are diminishing, and so's the pain. Good. Do you mind if I examine you? That's what I'm here for. Right, not protesting. Oh. We did well. We're going to keep increasing your vitamin B1 and energy intake. Your liver's on the mend. Are you sure? Nonsense. My liver's had it. The readings are clear. Really? You came to us just in time. Feel free to take a look for yourself. We'll have to keep you here for a few more days for observation. If you want to keep living, you need to keep off the alcohol. Forever. Clear, honest words. I like it. Maybe something will come of you after all, in the distant, far-off future. But what do I or don't do is none of your business, understand? I've given you my medical opinion. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Alright, and then we have our friend in P31 who needs medication. Good morning, Miss Van Gallen. Is it that time already? Your colleague said you'd be checking on me today. Well, looks like she was right. Shall we get straight to it? I'm sure you want to get back home too. Okay, so it looks like we need to increase that by a lot. So that makes the yellow go back to normal. And that takes care of the green and the red. And then for the orange and the blue. Oh, I assume that was easy. Yep, I'm seeing a significant improvement. You know what? I'm actually feeling a lot better today. Better than I have in years. I feel like I'm really aware of my surroundings again. Sounds like the medication's doing its job. Yes, but I think there's more to it than that. I managed to talk to Dr. Gotara again, and it was like he tore down a wall inside me. Suddenly I saw everything I used to think was important in a different light. I've decided to change my life around completely. I don't want to end up here again. I want to be able to focus on other things, instead of just living for my job. Oh. Good for you. Oh. She threatened to fire me right on the spot. Oh no. Alright, well, at least, you know, she figured it out. She might be unemployed, but she is happy. Let's go ahead and give her the report. All done? Yep. It took you longer than usual today, but given the circumstances, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to that. Let's see. What have you got for me today? I don't have anything for you. Dr. Theobald was asking after you. Oh, really? Why? I couldn't say. However, he did ask if I could give you the rest of the day off. I'm not happy about it, but I said yes. I guess it must be something important then. Do you think I should go to his office? You can if you like, but you won't find him there. How do you know? Because he's just made himself comfortable in our break room. Oh, strange. That's just the way he is. Alright, let's go to the break room. Alright, here we are. Finley, there you are. Thank you for coming. Sure, Dr. Theobald, what can I do for you? Nothing, but I wanted to talk to you. First of all, I would like to thank you. You've done an excellent job these past few days. Thanks. Is that all you wanted? No, not at all. I heard about Irma de Calma's passing, of course. A tragedy, truly. Like so many others here in Porcupine, I knew Irma well and liked her a lot. I'll miss her very much. The whole town will. But you were the one who looked after her and were there for her final days. Is Irma the first patient who's died under your care? Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. It's not uncommon to struggle getting them off your mind the first time. I still remember my first two. I think I know what you mean. I still think about Mrs. de Calma a lot. Just try not to let those thoughts affect you too much. After all, there are still plenty of other people depending on your help. Don't get distracted from looking out for them. It's Irma's funeral service this afternoon. It will be held at Gilbert's. Giuliano hosts most of the funerals in this town. I'm sure this one will be especially hard for him. You should be there. You'll feel better afterward, believe me. You mean I can go to the service? You are excused for the rest of the day, and I'm sure Mrs. de Calma would have invited you anyway. Oh my gosh. Okay, then I'll be over. Thank you, Dr. Theobald. No need to thank me, Finley. Say goodbye to the old lady for me. Oh, that was so sad. Alright, so we're going to Gilbert's. Let's take the elevator down and head on over to town. Oh, it's already dark outside. What? Oh, a little coffee stand is open. Can I interest you in a hot cup of coffee? Perhaps a tea? Oh, we're just never gonna get anything warm. How are we gonna warm ourselves up? Alright, here we are. Finley. Hey, Giuliano. I'm so sorry. I wish I'd had more Finley. It's okay. Thank you for coming. I know we haven't known each other long, but it means a lot to me. Please, make yourself at home. There's food and drink. Go ahead, take a seat. And just make yourself at home. Is there really nothing I can do for you? Come to think of it, there is one thing actually. Anything you want, what is it? I think there's a colleague of yours here too. He didn't hang around long. He just stood in the corner and didn't talk to anyone. Then I think he went out the back door. I haven't seen him since. Could you go see if he's still there? I'd check myself, but I've got my hands full. Sorry, here I am asking for your help again. No problem. Alright, let's go take care of our colleague in the back. Gregor, you're here too? Get lost, kid. Don't you want to come inside? The service is about to start. No. There's food and drink too. Lots of people are here. Leave me alone. Okay, we can't talk to him again, so it's all my fault. What do you mean? I'm doing the best I can. I know the hospital relies on me. I'm the one who's supposed to look after it, after all. If the old lady hadn't gotten sicker, if that water damage hadn't happened, if I'd just taken better care of the hospital, then maybe she wouldn't have. No, Gregor. This is my burden to bear. I'll never forgive myself. All those people in there, I see the way they look at me. They know it's my fault. It's not your fault. I felt the same way. I was the one treating her, right up until the end. I still believed she'd get better. I didn't want to face the fact that she was going to die. But in the moment she passed, I knew she was at peace with it. She was old, her body was weak, and she was happy. She didn't want people looking after her all the time, and that's okay. I did my best, and you did too. But sometimes things crumble and collapse anyway. Sometimes we have to say goodbye to people. Sometimes we can't help them. I'm going in now. You can come with me if you want. I can't. I'm gonna stay here. Okay. But if you change your mind, you know that you'll be welcome. Sure, whatever. I should go. I don't want to disturb the bereaved. You should do what feels right for you. No one's forcing you to stay. Yeah, you're right. Let's go in. If we go in at the same time, they won't all be staring at me. And I can slip away quickly if I need to. Sounds good. Alright, Gregor, let's go, buddy. It's not his fault. He has to take care of an entire, like, 4-story building. Oh, goodness. Oh boy, I have a feeling we're gonna be in trouble. So, did you find him? Yes, he's the janitor at the hospital, but he doesn't want to come in. I think he needs some time to himself. I think we all do. I'm glad he's here, though. Speaking of which, how are you holding up? I'm coping. But please let me know if there's anything I can do. I will, my friend. Please, sit down. It's about to start. Dear guests, could I have your attention for a moment? Thank you all for coming. I can barely bring myself to speak, but last night Irma, my dear mother, passed away. She was a real talker, always telling stories, and she was surrounded by people who loved her. That's you guys. Thanks for that, all of you. When I was little, she taught me to play an instrument. She practiced with me, and I hated every second of it. But when I was playing, her eyes would just light up. I wish she could look at me that way again. I want to play a very special song for you. A song Irma requested every time I picked up that instrument. Our 2 little buddies here in the middle are gonna cause us some trouble. How did you know Irma, Finley? Oh gosh. He's the one who let her die. It's the truth. Irma was in great shape. Then one day she just bends over, sprains an ankle, ends up in the hospital. And a few days later she's suddenly sick, real sick. And then she just dies. I'm telling you, it's all this guy's fault. Him and all the staff at that awful hospital. Wow. Irma didn't even have pneumonia until they took her to that dump. I'm telling you. Wow. Ralph, that's a crock of nonsense. Nah, hold on. Maybe he's got a point. Yeah, St. Ursula's is a danger to us all. That's right. Oh gosh. Look around you. Do you see anyone from the hospital here except this clown? Exactly. They don't even have the nerve to come to her funeral because they know it's their fault. Plain as the nose on your face. But quiet, everyone, please. This isn't about pointing a finger at anyone. This isn't about St. Ursula's. It's about Irma, my mother, your friend. Finley, yeah? I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but perhaps it would be best if you leave. But please, I don't want this argument to ruin Irma's memorial. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Let's talk later. Freaking Ralph is a jerk. A big jerk. Oh man, that didn't go how I expected. Poor Finster. Looks like my cell phone had no reception at Gilbert's. Me and Carl both tried to call me. Let's call Mia first. Hey Finley, thanks for calling me back. I was worried when I saw you today. Are you okay? I'd be lying if I said I was. Oh, I don't know if it'll help, but I actually have plans for tonight. I think I need to get my mind off things, and I'm guessing you want to as well. If you come along, we can help each other. Pina will be there too. Sure, why not? Cool. I just got off work. I'm standing in the middle of the town square. Perfect, I'm heading your way now. Let's meet at the hospital entrance, okay? Alright, see you there. We don't want to call Carl either. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the hospital and meet Mia there. Hopefully get Finley's mind off of this. Is the funeral over already? Dr. Krakowski told me you were there. Sure was. There was an argument. People said it was my fault Irma died. What? I wanted to explain myself but didn't get a chance. That's so mean. It makes me so angry. Yeah. Can we change the subject maybe? Anything special going on in your life? Well, today's my stage debut. What do you mean? I'm rehearsing with the Porcupine Amateur Dramatics Group for the first time. I'm rehearsing with the Porcupine Amateur Dramatics Group for the first time. Want to come watch? I want to get used to having an audience. Do I need to do anything? Watch, listen, nod. And don't be too harsh a critic. I can do that. Okay, let's go. The rehearsal's taking place at the small stage in the park. Alright. I hope it's this way. I keep missing this part because it doesn't have like a defined road. Is it here or is it that way? Oh, yeah, I found the right place. Mia, I'm so glad you came, and you brought Finley with you too. Just to watch. Watching nonsense, you're just in time. One of our members dropped out today. Caught a flu at the hibernation festival or something. Oh no, can we still rehearse without them? Sure we can. You've brought the perfect replacement. But, oh yes, Finley, please. Oh, Finley. Alright. Yay, woo! I was in the theater group in elementary school, but I might be a little rusty. What's the play? Improv troupe. Oh my. And you, Finley, you are going to be our detective, the private eye. The guy who was a little too tough for the police. You're basically the referee. It'll be great practice for the rest of the group. Oh, okay. I hope I can pull this off. Oh dear. I wish I knew what I was doing. Alright, you've all been given a brief on your roles. Any questions? Where am I? Am I the one hiding in the background? Good. Folks, we've got 2 new additions today. So to celebrate, I've come up with something special. Listen up, everyone. We open on an old hospital. It's 6 in the morning. There's a storm outside. The rain's coming down in buckets as, one by one, you enter the building. Shortly after the shift begins, we hear the chief physician's voice break into a horrifying scream. Oh, Come on, you can do better than that. Let me feel your terror. Much better. A body has been found in the chief physician's office. Oh, I don't think this is good for Finley. But it's not just any body. It's the body of the chief physician's personal assistant. You gather in the break room. The fresh coffee is still bubbling in the pot when the door flies open once more. Into the room strides none other than the city's most famous detective. Finley, that's your cue. His face is grave, his steps determined, and so the questioning begins. Finley, you just let me know when you're ready to give your verdict, okay? Okay. Alright, folks. Let the interrogation begin. I don't know how that could have happened. It was the chief physician. I'm sure of it. You've got to believe me. She would have done anything for him, but she swept that under the table. If he threatened her with it, she wouldn't hesitate to resort to such means. Anything to preserve her career. I did see her leaving the building last night, when I was just starting my night shift, but that doesn't mean anything at all. Where were you at the alleged time of murder? Where was he? Me? I was only there for a cigarette break. I just got back from the night shift and I was going to go straight home after that. Did you notice anything unusual? Well, I don't know if it's really relevant, but before the PA started here, he worked at another hospital. But he was falsely accused of involuntary manslaughter, so they fired him. Can you imagine that? Okay, so they suspect the chief physician. What about you? It's really terrible what happened. I still can't believe it. I was even here when the crime took place, and I still couldn't do anything. I always come in extra early because I like to work in peace before the hustle and bustle begins, so I sat in my office all morning, going through patient records. I haven't been here long. Uh-huh. Gets along well with everyone. As you may already know, I'm pretty new here, so I probably wouldn't even notice if there was something out of the ordinary. But maybe that will help you provide a more objective view on your colleagues. Yeah, I suppose so. Who do they suspect? Chief physician. She asked me to keep an eye on the janitor. I think he was seen hanging around my floor a few times heading to the storeroom. Some people suspect him of stealing medication. Have you noticed anything? No, I've never been there. Never seen him there. Uh-huh. Did you ever speak to the ambulance driver? I've seen him in in the corridors a few times, but apart from a friendly nod here and there, we're never really interacted. All right. Is the janitor? I'd love to help, but I've been busy all morning. Where were you? Sometime last night, that damn pipe in the basement burst again. That's the 3rd time this month, not that anyone cares. And everything's always underwater. So I spent the whole morning on my hands and knees down there, tinkering around. And then I thought, what's that strange object in the water? And hey presto, I had the murder weapon in my hand. Not that I knew about that at the time, obviously. Notice anything unusual? I don't know if this is relevant, but I talked to the guy a lot. Out on the stairs after work. He's the only guy here that smokes apart from me, see? 2 days ago, he was saying some weird stuff. Thought someone was following him, stuff like that. I managed to calm him down, told him he was imagining it. Turns out he wasn't. Alright. Who do they suspect? The ambulance driver. Tell me about the new doctor. I think she's avoiding me, but I don't know why. Alright. Thanks. Mia. You don't understand how awful it was. If it were just a dead body, I wouldn't have been so shocked. I've seen more than a few of them over the course of my career. But in my office? Before my 3rd cup of coffee? What's the world coming to? How am I doing, Finley? Am I convincing? You're doing great, but you need to stay in character. Oh yeah, oops. I'd like to ask you about the incident. Yes, of course. I think we all want to get to the bottom of this. And as soon as possible, too. What were you doing at the time of the murder? I'm busy, so keep it short. Very well, I'll be brief. Where were you when the incident happened? I wasn't in the building at the time of the incident. I'd already left early yesterday evening. I always try to get here as early as possible as a rule. That way I can finish the day's work early too. Only today my car broke down, so it didn't arrive until the same time as the rest of the staff. The breakdown service took forever, but maybe that was lucky for me in the end. Otherwise, it could have been me lying there on the cold floor. Horrible. That does rule me out completely as a suspect, though. I see. Anything unusual? I just can't stop wondering why it had to happen in my office of all places, and how. The only person with a key besides me was my assistant, and we couldn't stand each other. I don't know what he was doing in my office. As far as I know, he was never in my office unless I was there too. His key was for emergencies only. Who do I suspect? The nurse. Something about your statement makes me wonder. You told me earlier that you and your PA couldn't stand each other, correct? That's correct. Interesting, especially as I've heard from various sources that the two of you got along very well. That is wild speculation, and anyway, it should make me even less of a suspect if anything. True, I lied, but I only did it for the sake of my image. I don't want to be the kind of boss who's known for playing favorites, so I treat everyone the same. I think of the ambulance driver. Never talked to him. The new doctor has only been here a couple of months. A good fit. Very reliable, though I did find a stack of uncompleted files on her desk just today. What do you think of the janitor? I'll be honest with you, I've always had the suspicion that he was up to something crooked. He's always creeping around everywhere, cropping up where you least expect him. I think he's been stealing, but I don't have any proof yet. I think he's been stealing medicine. Alright, so we talked to all of them. Let's talk to Peanut. No, I couldn't stand him. But that doesn't make me a murderer. If I went around wanting to murder people, I'd have started actually doing it a long time ago. Not that I'm saying I did. Fact is, he just wasn't a nice guy. Ask the new doctor, she'll tell you. He really had it in for her. That's more of a motivation to kill him than I've ever had. Besides, I was on duty on another ward all night, so I couldn't have killed him anyway. I have questions for you. Notice anything unusual? I remember wondering about the light that was on in the chief physician's office, though that was sometime in the early morning. Who do they suspect? The janitor. I saw the janitor on that floor. He said he was looking for a ladder for some repair work. Unfortunately, I couldn't help him. I had my hands full that morning. Alright. Yeah. I'll figure out what happened. The case is absolutely clear. There's only one person who could have committed this heinous act. Even though every single one of you had a motive, the solution is crystal clear. It was the chief physician herself, the new doctor, the janitor, the nurse had a hand in it. It looks suspicious right there, the little toucan has the dirty eyes. So the chief physician didn't show up until later. The janitor is just up and about over here. The nurse. The janitor did it. The janitor. No, it really wasn't. Does that mean one of us didn't play the role well enough, or is it you that's the problem? I'm a doctor, not a detective. That's probably just as well. It was obviously the new doctor. After all, she was the only one whose alibi was contradicted by anyone. She said she spent all morning working on the files, but the nurse was very clear that she kept running into the doctor in the hallway. So what was the motive then? Isn't it obvious? The PA and the new doctor used to work at the same hospital. The involuntary manslaughter that got him fired, but which they could never prove was him, that was actually the murder that she committed, and it didn't go down well with her when somebody else got credit for it. In fact, she took it badly, that she followed him to his new hospital, and when she caught him in the chief physician's office, she seized her opportunity for revenge. It's very simple when you think about it. Yeah, sure. Oh my. Alright, that is done. Alright, let's see. Are our friends still here? Yep. Phew, that was exciting. My knees are still knocking. I think my acting needs a little more practice. I'm gonna get going now. What about you guys? I'll stay here in the fresh air for a while longer. Finley, do you have a moment? Alright, get home safe. Night night, crime busters. I didn't know it was about a murder. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too much for you. I really enjoyed it though. Without you, I probably wouldn't have come. Thanks for getting my mind off things. Finley, I don't know how you're feeling right now. I don't know what it's like when somebody dies on you for the first time, but I have to assume that it'll happen to me sometime too. And I'm pretty scared of it. Terrified, actually. But it's also a part of the job, and a good doctor needs to be able to handle it. Hey, it might never happen to you. You're a great doctor. I think that's unrealistic. But when it happens, I want to be ready. What are you thinking right now? Not much. All I want to do right now is sleep. And thank you for joining in. I wouldn't have had the nerves for it without you. Maybe you'll want to do it again in the future, but next time, I want to be the detective. I'd be honored to have you solve my murder. I want to keep going, I can manage. Keeping going. Maybe that's what it's all about in the end. Moving on. I want to keep going too. With life here in Porcupine, I mean. I think I like it here. The people, the little streets, the hibernation festival was great. I think I could feel at home here, especially with a partner in crime like you. Let's make sure that as few people die here as possible. That's the deal. Deal? Yeah. Deal. I'm glad that they're friends and that Mia's finally getting used to being at Porcupine. And we'll end it here for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.